on kind of like popsicle pads. I don't know, that's what it's called. Hi, my name is Nandi. I'm a licensed midwife, a trained doula, and a mother of 3. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to address something that actually was requested. It is what to pack in your hospital bag if you are going to have hospital birth in Sweden. So if you are interested in knowing a little bit of what you can bring and you're pregnant and looking forward to a hospital birth, this video is for you. There'll be a variation of what is offered to you at the hospital depending on where you give birth. So I'm going to kind of go through more of a general, to give you more general ideas of what you can bring. There are so many lists out there. I did some Googles because I wanted to see what people suggest. Of course, their lists are different depending on if you're from a different country than Sweden. But in general, I would say there's some things that I would really recommend you bring. And then, of course, you can add on to whatever you want to bring. So the first thing I'm going to suggest, which is quite obvious, is clothes. You can decide if you want to give birth in the hospital clothes or if you would like to have your own clothes. And if you want to have your own clothes, I suggest that you have something maybe, I don't know, something that you're super comfortable in. Maybe loose fitting, something that you can take off easily. Also maybe a pajamas or something that you can wear after the baby's born if you don't want to wear a hospital shirt, with easy access if you're going to breastfeed. So a button-down pajama shirt or some kind of loose-fitting t-shirt or breastfeeding top, maybe what's it called? A robe that you can wear over if you have to leave the room and don't want to just walk around in pajamas. So think about what clothes would you like to wear. This also goes, of course, for clothes for the partner, but I'm mostly focusing on the person giving birth. But of course, the partner also needs to have a bag packed. And connecting to clothes, I would say some kind of slippers or indoor shoes. Maybe flip-flops that you could wear to the shower or in the shower. Maybe not in the shower, you might slip, but to the shower if the shower is not in your room. Also, if you're walking around in the hospital, maybe you don't want to just walk in your socks or with bare feet. So it can be nice to have some kind of slippers or indoor shoes. Of course, you can wear your regular outdoor shoes, but if it's winter, you might not want to wear winter shoes. So find some kind of slippers or indoor shoes that you are comfortable wearing. Let's stay with the things that are for you. So I'd say toiletries, of course, like toothbrush, whatever you need to wash your hair, or moisturizer, all these things. I would say maybe the basic stuff probably are available. If you forget a toothbrush, maybe they will be able to give you a toothbrush in the hospital, but don't count on it. I would really recommend that you bring your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your moisturizer, body wash or soap, anything that you use for hair, makeup, things like that that you need on your day-to-day for your hygiene reasons. Also, of course, bring your phone and your phone charger. If you have a camera and want to take pictures with your camera, bring that, whatever kind of tech stuff that you want. If you are going to have an induced birth, so a medically induced birth, then you might want to bring your computer or an iPad or something that you can watch stuff on, because sometimes inductions take a very long time. Connecting to that with the tech stuff, you can also bring a speaker if you want to listen to music during or before you go into labor, or even afterwards. You might want to listen to something that I don't know, make it feel a little bit more home. Some hospitals do have Bluetooth speakers, but I wouldn't count on it. It's better to bring your own if you have one. If you're not sure, you can always call the hospital and ask them, or see if your midwife in your prenatal visits knows the details. If not, just call the hospital and ask, so you know if if this is really important to you, if like music is really important, then you might be like, okay, maybe I should buy a Bluetooth speaker for this reason. You of course decide. I won't say that you have to buy stuff. I'm just like giving you ideas. Of course, one thing that is like super important for you and your partner are snacks. Bring the snacks that you like. That can be drinks, it can be, you know, small snacks and cookies and candy and whatever you like to eat. Maybe you have some frozen foods that you like. I'm thinking of not just during labor and delivery, but things that you would want to eat afterwards. I've seen a couple, they did the cheese platter after birth, which I thought was so fun. Like they had, she had really long to eat, like, you know, different cheeses that are not recommended to eat during pregnancy. So they did a cheese platter in the hospital, which was quite fun to see. So something like that. So really bring the things that like you're looking forward to eating. There usually is like sandwiches, maybe some frozen meals that you can get. But if you have specific things that you like, get that. Like spoil yourself, really. Get things that you know that you're going to enjoy. I also have thought about pads. This is a question that I get often. Should I bring pads? Should I bring diapers? Let's start with pads. I would say in general there are pads in the hospital, but you might not like them, or maybe I feel like for most people the pads in the hospital work, but I have encountered people that had to stay longer. Maybe they had a premature baby and they had a C-section and the bleeding kind of stopped quite quickly, and then we only have the like really big pads or these smaller ones, but they're very uncomfortable. So think about kind of having little options for when it comes to pads. Some people also like to have, I know that they sell these underwear and like a cooling pack. In the hospital where I work, or the hospitals where I have worked, we make our own kind of like popsicle pads. I don't know, that's what it's called. But you put a pad and you put water in it, and then you wrap it in plastic and you freeze it, and then you can have it inside your pad or on top of your pad postpartum if you have a lot of swelling and pain in your from stitches and from the birth in general in your like vaginal area or your vulva. So think about if you have like comfortable underwear. A personal tip that I got, like these old underwears from my mom when I had my second birth, which were really, really good. They were like high-waisted. Like as soon as they got stained, I could throw them out. They had holes. They were washed a million times. So bring stuff that you're not, that you don't care so much about. That if it gets stained, maybe you could throw it out, or if it gets stained, you can, you know, wash it eventually. But you know, things that are very, very comfortable. After birth, you really want to be comfortable. I think that's most people's feeling, at least. Going back to what I kind of mentioned before, diapers. So where I worked, you get a pack of diapers in the hospital. But if you have a specific brand you want to use, maybe you want to use cloth diapers, maybe you don't know how long you're going to stay, it could be good to bring your own diapers. Or I feel like it's not a bad idea to bring your own diapers, meaning that you can bring your own diapers, and then if you don't use them, hey, you're going to use them when you come home. So kind of decide what you want to do there. You can, but I don't think you have to. What you do have to bring, though, are clothes for your baby, and I suggest that you bring several changes and also several sizes, because even if they have told you that your baby is going to be big or small or whatever, the clothes might not fit. So I would suggest to get, if it's summer, you could go with just like a onesie, very simple. You don't really have to put a lot of clothes on baby. But if it's kind of cool in the hospital, it's nice to have those little pajamas with feet that are long sleeved, buttons, or are, I would say buttons are easier. Well, maybe not actually. Maybe a zipper is easier to, if it's a zipper that you can open from the leg, then you can just kind of change the diaper without taking off the whole pajamas. Same with buttons. I think for some new parents, the whole buttoning thing can cause them stress, because newborns in general cry a lot when you change the diaper, and they when you lay them down and start dressing them and stuff, because they don't know what's going on. So that might be stressful. So kind of have options. I'd say have options. Also, you don't know how long you're going to stay. Your baby might, maybe you need to stay more days than you initially thought. So say you thought you were going to stay 2 nights and you ended up staying 4, then your baby might start throwing up because it's getting more and more breast milk, or maybe it's getting formula, so it's throwing up, and that might stay in the clothes. Once the poop changes from the meconium, the black poop, to the like normal mature baby poop, it's more like liquidy, and it can leak and stuff. So it's good to have a couple of clothing. I would say, I don't know, 3 outfits per day. Is that too much? No, I think that's good. Also clothes for going home. So if it's winter, of course you want to have some kind of overall, blankets, warm clothes. If you're going in a car, or if you're going work, however you're getting home, you're going to go outside to leave. So make sure your baby is well clothed. You don't necessarily need a hat indoors, but a lot of people like to have this little cotton, like a thin cotton hat, or like, yeah, a thin cotton hat indoors. I suggest when you're doing skin to skin, if your baby isn't cold, that you don't wear a hat, because of it's important to smell your baby. Just kind of dress according to the weather, which is quite hard. So a little tip there is to check baby's neck. Put your finger in the baby's neck. Is it like warm? Does it feel the same as your finger, or is it cold? There you can really gauge the baby's body temperature in a very, very easy way. And of course, for going home, a car seat. This is something that I think most people have with them, or have available when they're going to leave the hospital, but that's just like a little extra thing to think about, so you don't forget that. So those were a few things that I thought about. If you have any good ideas that you want to share, please leave them in the comments below. Also, check out my video on how to make your hospital birth more like a home birth, where I have some tips on things that you can bring with you to your birth. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you next time. Hej då!